Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind.
Hi, I'm Melanie Friedlander, and welcome to My Terrible Take, coming at you every Sunday, courtesy of Steelers Depot. Oof, it's been a rough couple of weeks to be a Steelers fan, right? If you've spent any time watching the games or listening to Dave and Alex dissect the plays with surgical skill on the Terrible Podcast, you're probably not feeling great about today's game against the Packers and quarterback Aaron Rodgers. The Steelers' offense has arguably been a disaster with moments of, oh, that was kind of good, in the first 3 weeks of the 2021 season. And the defense was rough last Sunday, having very little answer for an annoyingly efficient Bengals offense that scored easily despite losing the time of possession battle on only 18 pass attempts. Last January, I thought this would be a losing season, but I was going to enjoy the last ride with our future Hall of Fame quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. After the draft and the acquisition of some talented veterans via free agency and trade, my view on this team's potential changed. In the preseason, I predicted an 11-6 finish for the Steelers, unsure if that would be enough to win a division with other talented teams. If you ask me today, well, my goodness, I just hope they can win a few games and somehow avoid getting the quarterback killed with all the hits Ben is taking behind a young and struggling offensive line. So is there any hope? They will likely be the underdogs in every game for weeks to come, but as Jyn Erso says in Rogue One, one of my top 3 Star Wars movies, by the way, rebellions were built on hope. Here's why I think the season isn't lost and the Steelers can still turn it around. 1. While injuries aren't an excuse, they are certainly a factor. Last week, the Steelers couldn't mount a pass rush and broke their 75-game streak of consecutive games without a defensive stack. They were missing both Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt, their starting offensive linebackers and definite game changers. They're both back from groin injuries and ready to wreak havoc this week. 2. For the offensive line, we always knew this was going to be a project. We're barely in week 4, folks, so it's reasonable to pump the brakes on the conclusion that they can't get any better. Oh, and the starting right tackle, a guy named Zach Banner, may be coming off IR this week. Yeah, the bar for improvement isn't high, but imagine how different this offense looks if the O-line can just play 25% better. 3. Ben is not washed, as the media has joyfully been proclaiming all week. Yes, he's less mobile at this age. He's made some bad throws and questionable decisions. Maybe, just maybe, that pec injury was a factor and he's had another week to heal. Ben still gives the team their best chance to win. He just needs the guys on the field with him to execute their assignments. 4. The players and coaches aren't panicking. Yes, that's a cliche, but it's also a real thing. When the 11-0 Steelers started losing last year, they lost more than just games. They lost their swagger. The players looked beat and exhausted at post-game pressers and during the week at media sessions. There was a lot that went into that. The pandemic, the lost bye week, but they looked spent. Check out Ben, Najee, Cam, or the coaches this past week. They're not taking the bait from loaded questions, and they don't seem to get defensive. It's clear they still believe in each other and the chance that the team can improve. One of my favorite moments in the 1947 version of Miracle on 34th Street is when young Natalie Wood, raised by her mother to be a realist, finally understands that faith is believing when common sense tells you not to. So let's have faith. Let's enjoy the game however it comes out. And I will always be hopeful that our Steelers find a way to pull out a win. We all know that losing at home to the Raiders and Bengals and then going to Lambeau and beating the Packers would be the most Steelers thing ever. Here we go. Thanks for listening to My Terrible Take. Please follow me on Twitter @GirlSurgeon.
Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out The Terrible Podcast with myself and Alex Kozora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.